Nick.
This is a Chucky Beat production.
This is Straight Talk, No Chase. We are back better than ever. I am your brother, the Juiceman Dan.
Hey, it's Mr. LetsTalkReal here, Cohen Cosby.
Tripp Simpson. Feeling a little upset right now.
Oh, God.
Tell him why you mad,
I'm
Tripp.
a little upset. Our esteemed guest here
Esteemed?
just referred to me as a light-skinned person.
She did. He's actually smoked salmon.
I just want the public to know that I don't claim that.
He doesn't. Hey, look, when she said it, I said, oh, here we go.
Isn't that kind of like the pot calling the kettle black?
She more lighter than me.
Or the ceramic pan calling the ceramic?
We're the same. Thank you, sister. Thank you. The same complexion.
Y'all are brothering and sistering.
Well, let's do this. Since we do have this special young lady here, can you tell the people who you are? Actually, yes. Look.
Hold on. Juiceman does this every episode.
Every episode.
He just jumped right into this shit like, hey, niggas telling this. We got an audience, bro. You got to tell the audience what's going on.
There we go.
Right? It's people listening.
You got
Shout out to everybody on Instagram Live, Facebook Live, ListenVisionLive.com. We appreciate you tuning in. So we have some special guests in the building. First up, we have author, educator, blogger, all around phenomenal, black girl magic thing. She got it going on. Circle Lomax. Everybody clap it up for her. We need to start clapping up for the guests. We don't ever do that.
Thank you.
So she has, a lot going on. Nonprofits. Veteran educator. All around strong sister you want to look up and you want your daughter to be like. So I'm a pass the baton over to her and let her,
She don't even need to say nothing now.
Okay, Steve Harvey.
Well, thank you, Cohen. Thank you. Excuse me, Mr. LetsTalkReal.
Hey, don't say my government name on the show. they gonna come after me.
Thank you guys for having me. And as I'm here in twofold to talk, because you guys always get my blood boiling, especially this one right here. When I watch, but specifically talking about, yes, as an educator, I'm a special education provider in the district. And one of the things that affects me immensely as an educator is the systemic effects of special education on our community. Particularly when there are parents who had special education, but it was about they really need it. But then now, to me, it has turned into a thing to get checks.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. For sure.
And then we have a disproportionality in our community of students being misappropriately identified,
Right. True.
with learning disabilities, when really it's usually about will and not can, the ability to. But then it becomes, well, I want my SSI money, so they get their SSI money and they can get them drugs and whatever else. And I mean it, like literally the drugs that the students are on for a plethora of reasons.
Right.
And so daily, I am a coordinator, so I see it all. I see students with behavioral and emotional disabilities that legitimately have them.
Right.
And then I see students that are just spoiled. And they get their fidget spinner taken away and they flip in the classroom.
Does it frustrate you?
Frustration,
I can tell it does.
it's not even the word of what it does, because there are students that genuinely have learning disability and they have serious learning difficulties. And we all learn differently. I
True.
mean, if someone was to give me a test in math, they'd probably say I had a learning disability because I'm an English educator mostly. But that said, it stops. And I think the problem that I have mostly is that the parents who are pushing so hard to label their children, they don't realize that this is a label that follows them for the rest of their days, especially if they are labeled with an emotional disability.
I'm gonna share a personal story about myself with you. When I was in the 2nd grade, I was kind of fidgety, and I couldn't sit still in the class.
Where's the bell? Where's the bell?
Why? We're so
Well, I was
Fidgety.
kind of fidgety, and I couldn't sit still, right? And I was always getting into trouble, behavioral issues, what they would call it. So they wanted to put me in special education, but my mother wasn't having it. So my mother said, "Okay, you want to put him in special education? You have to test him." Right. So she knew she wouldn't. My mother was in the school system stuff, so she wasn't going to just allow that to happen.
Right.
They tested me, and I tested above the charts. I tested so high that they was like, we probably should skip him a grade.
Right.
It was like, he's a genius.
And now you're a fireman.
See?
He's a problem.
See what I'm saying?
I am too.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
I fucking hate you, man.
Hold on. No, my man is a fire inspector.
Hey, look,
He's not a. He wears a white
You know
shirt
what
at
it
work.
It means he's a lazy fireman.
I can't.
Anyways.
can't.
Hey,
Hey, no.
it's a child in here, so I can't say what I want to say.
No, you can't.
Nah, she
Oh,
got
no.
earmuffs.
No, she don't
She
want.
got on earmuffs.
I don't even want her in the room if I said what I was about to say to him.
Hey, on that note, hey, I have that same kind of story, right?
Oh,
I was in
man.
2nd grade, right? 2nd grade.
Who am I up here with?
Had,
His father was one of my teachers.
but no, that's part of the story, right? So I was at Keene Elementary School, right? So I was having issues,
You went to
and
Keene?
I was
Or
King.
With the King.
Yeah, I was having issues in one of my classes, right?
Nigga with
And
the
they
King.
started trying to give me like, oh, he needs a work packet because he's not keeping up with the students. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. And my father so happened to get transferred to the school, and he was teaching there. So he came into my class. He's like, "Why the fuck your work different from everybody else?" So the teacher, and that's exactly how he said it. Like,
He had the 3 + 5. Everybody was on
yeah,
multiplication.
for everybody who know my dad, I know that's how he came in. He said,
Yeah, that's how he go. He go.
Yeah. Hey, why the fuck? Why the fuck is your work different from everybody else? I was like, I don't know. I was doing my work slow, and they said I need to be on something different. He was like, nah, fuck that. Like I know, like all my family was teachers. My grandmother, uncles. Like I had all the school books. Like I read all of the books even before I got to the grades. So he was like, it can't be. You don't know
what
what you're
kind of
doing.
life is that, man?
A very educated life.
I read all the books before I got to the grade.
Nah, cause especially my grandma, she had all the reading books in the house. Like you know how you go to different grades, you change the dinosaur and the picture change when you change grade.
And you went to
TSU. I was like four books up.
He's shooting shots. Hey,
Look,
you know
I'm
what?
hating. I'm
You
hating
know what?
tonight.
He's
I'm
hating
sorry.
because he don't
I'm
have a
sorry.
genius story.
I'm sorry.
He was
actually,
he got the light skin pass,
And he's a fireman too, by the way.
but he's like the worst one.
He's the infamous. But anyway, back to the story.
Back to the
Now
story.
here's my story. So, what it was ultimately, they had me sitting too far back in the classroom. I couldn't see the board. And that was the issue.
That's why you got the.
That's why they gave me the slow work, because I couldn't see the board. So they were about to label me and possibly ruin my educational track just because the teacher didn't pay. Because it was a new teacher who came to the class and replaced the old teacher. My old teacher knew to sit me up front because I couldn't see. So she placed me all the way in the back, and I couldn't see the board. So I almost got placed on a special track just by having a teacher that didn't pay attention. They were quick to change that. So I'm glad my father was, paying attention to my education, or it might have been a lot different for me.
It's systemic. It's definitely systemic, and I think it goes down to things as simple as that. Like now, it's a lot more sophisticated. Like we have to make sure that a vision and hearing screening has been done before, because a lot of times that's what it's about.
He was just blind.
Right, but seriously, all jokes aside, that's literally sometimes all it is. The baby
But
can't
the
see.
glasses have gotten a lot. The glasses have come a long way. Like they probably are really supposed to be heavy as hell, like bricks on the front of his face right now. It's come a long way with technology.
So I got a question. Of this whole thing, because my mom's a teacher and my father was a principal. Education.
How the hell you come out so dumb?
We're all
I was
geniuses.
rebellious. I
Should have read them books at home.
No, but honestly, so I heard you say, like, you know, a lot of these children actually do have a lot of these issues. But my question to you is, do you think that it could possibly be the way that some of these curriculums are actually designed that keep certain kids back? Because everyone doesn't learn the same way, and
The systematic way.
and in many instances, like this new math, my daughter brought home not too long ago. What the hell is that? 6 + 6 is 12. Why do I have to? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
understand.
He was mad as he was
like what the hell?
So I am one of the few people in my
6 + 6.
circle of peers that actually does not have a problem with Common Core. Only because the reason why I don't have a problem with Common Core, that's that new math you're talking about, is because when we were coming up and we did long division, we just did the process. So what it teaches us is process, but we don't understand, well, why? So when you do something like 6 + 6 is 12, when you're decomposing, which is what you're talking about, when you have to group and regroup and all of that, you're teaching multiple ways, and then
To
you're
find the
teaching them
answer.
process to find the answer. Instead of just saying, this the answer, that's it.
Well, I mean, I felt like when they gave us 6 sticks and they said add 6 more sticks and we counted to 12, I feel like that is 12.
Right, but all that did
Right.
was teach you how to count.
The thing is,
But that's what it basically
real world
is.
wise,
No.
Koosta got something.
Arithmetic is
Hold on,
just
hold on.
cut into
Koosta got
count.
something. We gotta hear this.
I've been on both sides of the stick.
Right.
Oh,
Streets,
Wow.
how was it?
the school, all that, right?
Oh man.
I've been to college, did all that bullshit. I learned my best math from dealing drugs.
Oh my God.
I swear to God.
Please.
You do it all on your hands. You know, everything's in your head. There's no equations to anything. 1 + 1 = 2 at the end of the day, and any equation can be plugged in.
And you know
So-
what's cool about this? Your face is not on the camera, as you just admitted
It's
to being
cool.
a drug dealer.
No.
He sold marijuana. It's all right.
It's legal now.
It's legal. You good, brother?
You gotta learn to sell an eighth or
What I'm
1.5.
saying
You
He
learn
just
your
said
fractions.
drugs.
What
He
I'm
said
saying is,
drugs.
the old method of math that they used to teach was useless anyway. I never used it.
Right.
I went to school for motorsports technology, though. I worked on race cars, building motors, all this type of shit. I've never used an equation on shit.
Yeah. I have, though. We gotta equate how the water gets to the fire.
You gotta
Oh my
equate
God, come
how
on,
far
man.
you gotta walk to the
Fuck
fucking
that.
bathroom.
Let's be
on your
real
break.
here. Press the button.
do shit at
until the
work.
hose gets hard.
Whoa! Hit the
What's the answer?
motherfucking
So-
bell.
What is it about the new math that bothers you, though? Because I never
honestly,
heard nothing about it.
It wasn't more so about the new math. That was an example. But what I'm saying is the way the children are being taught, period, in this society, I think is extremely flawed because it doesn't prepare you for any aspect of society besides regurgitating information in college.
Keeping the system
Well,
going.
wait, I'm sorry. I disagree with that because the key is the teacher. Because the curriculum can be the curriculum, but I will give you a prime example. If the students are in the classroom and they're reading To Kill a Mockingbird, it makes no difference if you're just reading the text and you don't figure out a way to make that text relate to them.
Okay.
So if you're and it's about the educator. It's about the person standing in front of the
Now, that's
children
facts.
every day.
I agree.
I think you said
So
something.
it's not the curriculum.
English is one of my favorite.
I think she
courses.
said.
And I'm
I
an
think
English
she
teacher.
said something critical though, right? As an educator, you have to make the kids relate. I think
Yeah.
one problem is that the curriculum is culturally biased.
Yeah.
So
That's
we
right.
have to read about Shakespeare. We have to read about.
But that's not really what I was saying. What
Uncle
I'm saying
Tom's
is,
Cabin.
you come out of high school, you don't know how to pay taxes, you don't know shit about real estate, you don't know about credit, you don't know about shit. But you can decipher X into Y times B plus 56. What is
Now,
true?
I will agree with you
That's
that
actually
we
a
do
good
need to
point.
teach, I do think that curriculum needs to be modified to teach financial understanding
Definitely.
and financial education.
I mean,
do
just
agree.
life.
But
Like-
Yeah,
I
life.
think
I do agree with that.
everybody up here is smart enough to know that the curriculum isn't designed to make you a boss. That curriculum would make you a boss. The curriculum right now is designed. It's officially designed to make you a worker, to make you a
But-
factory
but-
worker, a cog in the wheel. So I tell, I mentor kids in school. I tell them, do what you got to do to get out of this because you're gonna be in a situation where you do what you need to do to get out of a situation. You got to matriculate through all the grades. You got to get your high school diploma. But learn the skills along the way. Learn the skills that are going to make you the boss of the job, or at least the manager, right? Because I tell them they teach you to be the worker right now. So I think it's incumbent upon us with this platform and how we talk, just to let people know the education don't stop inside the classroom anyway.
Exactly.
No,
That's
it
the other
doesn't.
piece.
But you
That's-
use it.
I feel you
you
on
can
that,
use
though.
the education. One thing is it's like a receipt, and you can use it because you need the certifications. Like the field I'm going into, it's no way around it. It's certain certifications that I'm going to have to get. It's if I'm trying to reach a certain audience. So like if I'm trying to get to break the mold of going into.
He's studying to be a male-only massage therapist.
No, for
So
real.
he needs special.
No, seriously. In the
They
field,
got some
in the field of
equations for that.
nutrition, people I know who mostly deal with me
Male
now,
only.
it's cool. But if I plan to expand, in order to build my brand, I have to get certain certifications and certain educational points behind me. So if you use this,
No, but Dan,
if you use
Shout out to IMO.
wait. If you use the educational system to your advantage and to your benefit, that's okay. So I'm sending my daughters to school for business and nutrition, so that way they continue what I've already started.
but Dan, my thing
They
is
going
this:
for a reason.
just to combat what you were saying indirectly, is like for you gotta. Well, hold on. Let me introduce myself because I ain't even know. People don't even know who's talking right now. All right, this is already on the
They
mic.
probably do.
It's
Most likely.
already on the mic.
Put his
you know what I
radio
mean?
voice on too. Already on the mic. And,
Already a demu over that. man.
Hey, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
But what I was saying with that is, as far as your brand with the nutrition and the whole nine, people gonna respect your brand based on them dealing with your. It don't matter for you in the nutrition. It doesn't matter your certifications. I'm just being real because your product works. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
When you thinking big, like
Well,
I'm thinking,
No. I'm thinking
He
majorly
need-
big.
He does need some level
No.
of accreditation.
I understand what I'm saying.
You know what I
Accreditation
mean?
is cool, but if your product works, it doesn't matter.
Let me tell you like this.
It doesn't matter when your product works. Case in point. No,
listen,
I mean, if he's selling drugs, yeah, it doesn't matter.
No.
he's selling.
No. Case in point. Case in point. Case in point. All right, let's look at the Facebook guy, right? You know what I'm saying? I call him the Facebook guy. I'm not about to say his
Mark
real name.
Zuckerberg.
I know who he is. I'm not saying his real name, but the Facebook guy. Okay.
What did he do to you, man?
He got beef with Mark
No.
Zuckerberg. He got.
I ain't got no beef. I'm
Yo,
just not saying
show
the
me
guy.
on the door. Show me on the door where Mark Zuckerberg touched you, man.
He ain't never touched me in no types of way. You hear me?
God damn, man.
Because I really want to hear what you got to say. Go ahead.
All right, so the Facebook guy, right? He used the platform of the Facebook, expanding his brand, dropped out because he believed in his dream more than anything.
Right.
So when you believe in your dream, like he got an honorary degree from Harvard. He didn't even finish his freshman year.
So listen.
So let me finish my point.
He's white, though.
He didn't. I hear what you saying. So what I'm saying is this though. It doesn't. I mean, it does matter. But if we believe in his product, his joint can sell no matter what.
It will sell, and I don't disagree with you. Now, my product does work, and it has worked. My products.
That's all I'm
work.
saying.
Hold on, wait.
Hey, look,
It's-
I lost 16 pounds
Look, no,
in
listen,
a month
listen.
fooling with this guy.
My program is totally based on what I did to get to where I am, okay? And I know it works. I can prove it to be working, and it's from stuff that I've studied about the body. I've probably studied more about a specific area than most nutritionists out here.
So what I'm saying is, though, fuck the certification,
No,
bruh.
listen. But if I'm trying to expand more than just the people I know, they're gonna go to that nutritionist before they'll come to me, because my dream is real. I've done it to myself, and I've done it to people around me. However.
Wow.
Go ahead and hit that bell.
However,
16 pounds, huh?
if I want to expand, if I want to expand to where I want to expand, I use the education system to my advantage, so I know why.
Exactly.
I would like to know what the guest is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was about to say we was getting a little too far off topic.
I agree. I think education is the key to every door that you want open. Right. That's my perspective, a perspective that probably doesn't shock anyone because I am an educator. I think that whether you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a boss, or whether you want to, work for someone or be a CEO, whatever it is that you want to do, the one thing that cannot be taken away from you is education.
Facts.
Period. That's it. Whether you go to a HBCU, whether you go to a root school, whether you go to education, period, is what opens doors for you.
Boom.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I know that's a shocker,
Yeah,
but
it is actually.
I agree with you because I mean once you know what you're doing and once you're well versed in whatever your passion or life walk is, nobody can take it away from you
And that's true.
unless it's the IRS.
Hey, I got a quick hit. Direction.
But you got to play the game. You got to get your accreditation. I think that's what the whole point is here.
Because Mark
America,
Zuckerberg
this is
got
the
a
game that
fucking
we play.
business. He wrote a business plan.
Yeah, but Mark
He has
Zuckerberg
a
is
company.
different than mine. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Hey, look.
So
He had a company.
Direction is big though, because with education, if you don't have direction, you can be
yeah,
lost.
direction with the education.
I'm gonna tell you, because I was lost.
Yeah,
In
most
school,
of us go to
until
school.
I found race
yeah.
cars. I didn't know what the fuck I was in school for.
And most of us go to school
So-
just to go.
But the thing is, these parents holding the kids to play these sports and all that. You find whatever talent, whatever it is they like, and send them to school for that. Send them to school for something you like to do, because if you work doing something you like to do, you ain't really working.
I mean,
That's a bet.
Exactly.
my
So-
kids are going to school to learn how to run their own businesses. That's it.
So we
That's what
about
I'm saying.
to
Find
wrap-
what it
we
is they're
about-
good at, and go with that.
We're about to wrap this segment up. So I guess everybody can give their quick final thoughts on Circle's
Baby.
passion of education.
I actually agree with most of the things that she said. To be honest with you,
Wow.
I
She said,
really do.
"Wow."
That means
So you are light
They
skinned.
made a truce right here on the show.
Light skin.
So you are light skinned.
Besides the light skin
Hey,
shit,
brother and sister gonna stick together. Then
So
when they in the house, they gonna stick together.
here we go. So
go with that.
so
I don't like that type of talk either.
so my thoughts are I'm wholeheartedly 100% around education, but I believe our education system needs to be reformed. If you're in a school that's over 15 years old, it needs to be blown up and rebuilt. If you're in a school where every student doesn't have a laptop or a tablet, they're not in the right direction. And I believe learning doesn't stop outside of the classroom. We got to encourage each other and encourage the kids to continue to learn wherever they are and whatever they're doing.
Damn, but I gotta follow that. No, I agree with everything the sister said here. We thank you for coming to the show.
you for having me.
We appreciate you. We appreciate your mind. My final thoughts are this: very simple. The educational system is good if you use it to your advantage. Don't do like most of us have done and just go to college just to say we got a college degree. You are not your college degree.
Because you're going to get debt.
You are what you make yourself. So know what you want to be, know what you want to do, and educate yourself in those fields.
Stay
Those
away
are my
from
final
Sally
thoughts.
Mae.
And then I feel like for me on my final thoughts is this.
All of them. Fuck
When you in the school system, it's three parts to it. You got the student in itself who really wants to learn or not. You got the parents at home who will support her if it's single or not. You know what I mean? That doesn't
Absolutely.
matter. They got to support that particular student to want to learn. And then the teacher in itself in the building got to teach. Now, if all three of those parts working and on the same realm, then you're going to have a successful student. If one of those parts fall off, that student, somebody got to overcompensate. The parent, the teacher, or the student to make sure that particular student is successful.
Facts.
What I say sacred spaces is because we get to divulge those things, we get to share best practices, we get to just be ourselves with our children, and that is extremely important.